Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 1996 State 2A Championship football game between the Fort Hill Sentinels and the Wheaton Knights. And here you can see the Sentinels coming onto the field. This is a commercial video presentation. I'm Toby Eric, along with Ted Eric, here to bring you the action this afternoon. The Sentinels coming into this game with a record of 10-2. The Knights coming in with also an identical record of 10-2. Ted, looks like we have a great matchup.
Well, we do have a great matchup, and we can see a great Fort Hill crowd across the way, and we look down and see the Wheaton crowd, and it doesn't look looks very sparse. And of course, Fort Hill always has a great following wherever they go, and they're here to support their team today.
Wheaton coming in here, as Ted alluded to, the fan support is not there, but, you know, talking to Coach John Alcar before the game, this is an outstanding football team. He was talking a great deal about Steve Ray, their linebacker, number 35, said he's an outstanding football player, and he felt one of the keys to the game today from Fort Hill was blocking the linebackers of Wheaton, who play a 6'2 defense. And Ted, you're familiar with that 6'2. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how they play the wing T in that 6'2?
Well, we know how Fort Hill plays their wide tackle 6, and it's a great defense. And of course, we've seen them stop Allegheny the last 5 years with it. And they're going to obviously run the same thing against Wheaton, and Wheaton in turn is going to run that same wide tackle 6 against Fort Hill. So it'll be interesting to see how Fort Hill attacks their own defense that they use. So Fort Hill should have some type of idea how Wheaton is going to try to stop their potent offense today.
Matter of fact, John Alcar's comment to me before the game is almost like a mirror image type situation with regard to the defense. Now, on offense, you know, Wheaton used a little bit of double wide out. They'll use some power I, so you won't be seeing the familiar wing T that we see in the Cumberland area a lot. But should be a great matchup. It'll be interesting to see how it goes early in the ball game. Fort Hill, obviously very familiar with state play. Wheaton was here 2 years ago and lost in the state finals.
Yeah, the key player we're going to look at today for Wheaton was going to be number 21, Ken Salsa. Talking to some of the Fort Hill coaches, they say that he runs a 4.240. We've been trying to watch him before the game, and it looks like he might have some type of muscle pull in his leg. He's walking around injured. He didn't participate in warm-ups, so it'll be interesting to see if this running back participates today. The other guy that they like to talk about was number 35, Steve Ray. And last week when they won their semifinal game, we saw he made a quote in the Baltimore Sun that they will not lose today, that their defense is too good to let anybody beat them. So I'm sure that was plastered over the Fort Hill locker room, and rightfully so. So it'll be interesting to see how he performs and how Fort Hill, if they can stop him.
We're about ready for the toss of the coin here. You can see the Sentinels clad in their white, and obviously Wheaton in their red, and I guess they would
Coach Hahn coaches both you for many years. I'd like Coach Hahn today is going to do the coin toss for us. Okay, before we get into that, I'd like to introduce the rest of the guys in my crew today.
Next year
University of Maryland, John Patterson, our umpire, Kenny Nelson, Delaware, will be your back judge.
3A next year.
Our lines for today's game
So they will
from
have a
University
chance
of
next year,
Pittsburgh.
if they would win today, to repeat in 3A, and Fort Hill, of course, is going to stay at 2A.
Kevin Riley, and he's also from the University of Delaware. Okay, you gentlemen are the captains of your teams and responsible for the conduct of your teams. If we have any problems, you guys take care of them, okay? You are visiting school today. Captain Tishnell, you are going to call the coin toss. Coach, you want to come on up here for me? Okay, I'm going to show him. This is a head, that's a tail, okay? He's going to flip it in the air, he's going to let it hit the ground. You call it while it's in the air. Here you go, Coach. Tails was called. It is a tail. White. You have one to toss. You can elect to have your choice this half or defer to the second half. For the second half. You want to defer to the second half. I'm going to step back here for a minute, guys.
Mike's been doing that for many years, and he's not going to change anything here in the state championship game.
Coaches are very superstitious, and whatever they do all year in the past couple years, they're not going to change.
As we see the officials aligning the particular captains, this will be a Custom Floors kickoff. Custom Floors is celebrating 36 years of business in Cumberland. Check out Custom Floor sale on Congolian Flooring now through December 31st. Custom Floors in the Burton Shopping Center in LaVale. Go up there and talk to Mike. He'll give you a good deal. Mike's been giving good deals for many years.
Yes, he has. Good man.
Also with a game like this today, it'll be interesting to see how special teams plays, because Fort Hill special teams this year, one thing they've been lacking, and it's gotten better in the playoffs, is their place kicking. It's something they usually, their extra point kicking and so on, they're usually very good at. And this year they've been spotty in spots, and that may be a key today. This is the type of game where every point's going to count, every block's going to count, and that's what state championships are all about.
Well, another point to make is we've heard a lot about Wheaton's team speed, and of course anytime you can break a kickoff and get a quick score like that, it's obviously going to pump your team up a little bit.
Picked up by number 14, Brian Zecker, and he returns the ball to about the 29-yard line. I'm not sure if Sean Blank was trying to kick that ball at an angle like that, or maybe that was the game plan. Maybe they're trying to keep the ball away from the deep threat that you were talking about earlier, Ted.
Well, from what we've heard talking to the coaches, it looked like that might have been the plan. They know that they can run it back quickly, and of course you don't want to start that state championship game letting the guy run it back 80 yards on you.
First and 10 at the 30 for Wheaton. I'll tell you one thing we noticed earlier, Ted, they have large splits on the offensive line, really spreading out that Fort Hill defense. Number 32 on the handoff that time for Wheaton, Theron Johnson. Gains about 8 on the play.
Tackles number 64, Buddy Van Meter. I tell you, those splits, I don't think I've ever seen splits quite that wide before, and obviously they split that wide, and the Fort Hill defense is going to split wide, and I guess they're trying to get the better running lanes for their quick backs.
Again, they try to go off tackle with Johnson, but not a whole lot there that time. Fort Hill defense there to make the tackle, and little or no gain.
Well, Rashad Page and Tommy Walsh that time lead the charge, and of course there was about 4 other guys there too, and it's going to be an early first critical down.
Allegheny Sports Medicine. Hey, Weekend Warriors visits the area's only Saturday walk-in sports medicine clinic. Open 9 to 11 a.m. in Johnson Heights Medical Building. Weekday hours by appointment. Allegheny Sports Medicine Clinic says get in condition to play and don't play to get into condition. I tell you, Bray on the quarterback sneak that time, but I tell you, you see the number 33 number 35 for Wheaton come in there and sort of banged into the back of him. And I tell you, if the officials want to be a little technical, they could have got him for a foul that time. You're not allowed to come in and push that guy forward in the middle of the back.
And we have seen that called this year.
Yes, we have.
Specifically down at Musselman, we saw it called.
Little crossbuck action that time by the Wheaton Knights. Number 8 that time, Dexter Baxter on the carry. Gain of about 8 that time. And once again, Wheaton comes up second and short. And Ted, being an ex-offensive coordinator, those second and shorts are a lot easier calls.
I guarantee it. I tell you, Dexter Baxter was a guy we saw down running the tailback position, or one of the back positions, when number 21, Ken Salsa, wasn't participating in the warm-ups. And right now he's still on the sideline, so it would appear he might have an injury a little bit worse than anybody's led on to believe.
That time Johnson come up behind his offensive lineman. He just didn't stick it in there that time. Fort Hill great at the point of attack that time.
Well, Rashad Page again in to make the tackle, and Rashad's going off the field right now. Looks like he might have some type of hand injury. He's doubled over.
And that would be a big loss for Fort Hill. Ride Iron Gym and Fitness Center. You're looking at the Ride Iron Gym and Fitness Center located at 7 Lane Avenue behind the Lavelle Post Office. Ride Iron has tanning and massage available. Great workout facility, people. Give them a try. That time on a 3rd and 1, they go off right tackle again. Number 40 that time, a gain of about 3 yards. Hector Valaquez is able to gain the first down for Wheaton.
And once again, number 46 for the Sentinels, Tommy Welsh, in on the stop, but not quick enough to stop the first down. That time looked like Fort Hill came up in at least a 7-man line that time.
Well, I tell you, this is interesting to be sitting up this high, which we're not used to, and see the line splits of Wheaton, and they're really spreading out the Fort Hill defense, and it's making it a lot tougher for Fort Hill to close down those running lanes. That time, number 32 for the Knights, Theron Johnson again, looked like he had more room as he was making his cut. He slipped down.
Well, I tell you, number 33 for the Sentinels, Noah Reed, came up and made a great stop there. He got outside and forced the running back inside, and if he doesn't make that stop, he lets him outside, you might see him run 45 yards for a touchdown. So it was a great play by Noah Reed that time.
Second and 6 for the Knights. And Johnson again, I tell you what you see is at the point of attack right now, Wheaton is winning the battle. And I know it's got to be disappointing to Coach Calhoun here. Wheaton's come off with 3 or 4 first downs to start the game, and looks like they're gaining confidence against that Fort Hill defense.
Exactly, and we've known coming into the game that Wheaton is the same type of ball control offense that Fort Hill is. And right now, to have a ball control offense, you don't want to make mistakes. And right now, Wheaton is playing a perfect offensive game so far.
AES Warrior Run. AES Warrior Run has put area citizens to work and is creating jobs for hundreds more. These jobs include construction jobs, coal industry jobs, and permanent jobs when the plant comes online in 1999. AES, the best is yet to come.
On that last play, number 62, Jonathan James led the tackle, and we have saw Rashad Page come back into the game, so his hand must be okay.
Handoff to the fullback that time, Valaquez, and he's busts up the middle, and it looks like he's close to another first down for the Knights. I tell you, they hit that counter action again, Ted. Very deceptive play. I lost sight of the ball, and I thought the halfback that time had the football.
Well, it is going to be a first down, and of course, with those wide splits like that, you know, to make those traps in there, it helps.
Impressive start for Wheaton. And Ted, you talked earlier about Fort Hill jumping a 7-man flag. Looks like it would be motion where the flag was thrown.
Today we were talking about having a perfect offensive series on the way down the field, and you have 2nd and 3, and all of a sudden you're going to go back over and do this over, and it's 2nd and 8. Obviously changes your play calling, but so far we really haven't seen him do anything but run inside tackle to tackle.
Well, if you're a Wheaton fan, the fortunate thing for them now is that they are in 4-down territory. So they're going to come back and probably still be able to run the ball. But you're right, a ball control team that gets a 5-yard penalty, a lot of times it'd make a big difference in your play selection.
You know, Fort Hill will stop them one play for a yard, but then they'll break one for 9 or 10, so everything, you know, so far for Wheaton is working the way they want it.
I tell you, it's unbelievable the way that Wheaton is winning the battle at the point of attack. They literally blew the Fort Hill defensive front 4 or 5 yards off the ball that time on this right offensive side.
I tell you, they also had a nice kick out on the cornerback coming outside, and it's very impressive, their drive so far.
Flowerland, for the freshest flowers in town, call Flowerland on Virginia Avenue. Flowerland has all your holiday floral needs. Call Flowerland or stop in. Flowerland on Virginia Avenue. Johnson again, about a 2-yard gain, and it's going to be about 2nd and, I guess, 5. And I tell you, Ted, Wheaton, I don't know if it's by design, but they're becoming a right-handed football team because they're having a lot of success on that right side against the Fort Hill defense.
Yes, they are. Usually you put your best tackle on the right-hand side. Most running backs like to run to the right-handed side, so they've obviously found something they're being successful in doing right now.
The Wheaton coaches look like they're trying to get a timeout now, and they are. And there's a timeout on the field. Wayne Sitko. Wayne's is your full-service station with 4-wheel and front-wheel alignment, 24-hour towing, U-Haul, and Hertz Rentals. And we'll be right back.
For 27 years, the Fort Hill F Club has sponsored athletics at Fort Hill High School. Originating with 25 members, the F Club now has 115 people working on various support projects for Fort Hill athletics. Any male interested in supporting Fort Hill High School can become a member of the F Club. Members currently range from age 21 to age 70.
Every year, the F Club has put $10,000+ into our sports and our athletic programs. They contribute to all the programs we have, do a great job. And I tell you, without the F Club, we wouldn't be able to do some of the things that we are able to do here with our athletic program. They help us with uniforms, transportation, and a lot of those little incentive and motivational things that make us a championship school and a championship program.
To join or help support the F Club, contact any member. All money raised by the F Club goes to Fort Hill Athletics. Fort Hill and the F Club would like to thank all the sponsors who have supported the athletic programs throughout the years.
This instrument can change a life. It could even save one. But this instrument can't help anyone if it isn't used. So please, use it.
If you or someone you know is a victim of domestic violence, rape, or sexual abuse, call the Family Crisis Resource Center 24-hour hotline.
Kelly Springfield Auto Service asks, where do you see yourself down the road? No, literally down the road. Better start out with Kelly Tires. We have top quality, high mileage Kelly Tires for just about every kind of car, light truck, pickup or van, and every kind of driver. So if you see yourself here, or here, well, maybe not there. We'll see you here at Kelly Springfield Auto Service, where you'll always get a good deal on a great Kelly tire.
Some moments in your family history are truly unforgettable. Others are impossible to forget. Now they can all be shared with Kodak Image Magic, the easy way to make pictures from pictures.
See the new Kodak Image Magic system at Christopher's. Christopher Photo Lab, developing your holiday memories for 50 years.
All right, Wheaton over the ball now. We have a 2nd and 5 and a new formation for Wheaton. They're flanked now to the right with a split backfield, or a wing T set actually. And I tell you what, they're just powering the football at Fort Hill. And right now, Fort Hill's having trouble playing with them up front. Number 40 that time, Hector Valaquez, scores from about 5 yards out. And Wheaton just took the opening kickoff, Ted, and powered it all the way down to score. Ran about 7 minutes off on the clock.
Yes, they did. Fort Hill again was in their 7th diamond that time, and I was wondering why Wheaton was going into a different formation that time. I thought, well, they've done the same thing all the way down and been successful, but they ran it in for 5 yards out, so they obviously knew what they were doing.
I tell you something, I think they went to the wing T set so you don't have to take all that time. You know, that I formation takes a little bit of time to form up. That time they get the lead block in front of the fullback, and I think it hits a little quicker, and that's a good thing to have on a goal line situation.
That also gives them time to get that quick hitter, and if you got Rashad Page in there at that middle linebacker, and as quick and as good as he is at filling, the quicker you can hit, the less time it's got for him to fill.
And there's 5:45 to go in the first quarter. It's 7-0 Wheaton, and we'll be right back.
Attention van buyers, listen carefully. In the next 30 seconds, you could save $4,000. At Schaefer Ford and Jeep in Cumberland, only Schaefer gives you $4,000 off remaining 96 Windstars in stock. Not 1,000, not 2,000, not 3,000. Exactly $4,000 off every single remaining 96 Windstar in stock at Schaefer. And remember, 97's arriving daily at lowest prices. Guaranteed. But hurry, $4,000 off Windstar while they last only. And only at Schaefer in Cumberland, where everybody buys their Fords and Jeeps.
Westvaco Worldwide is well positioned to serve the growing global economy, with sales offices strategically located around the world. We've been selling into the international marketplace for more than 35 years. Today, almost 20% of Westvaco's annual sales are made to international markets.
For 27 years, the Fort Hill F Club has sponsored athletics at Fort Hill High School. Originating with 25 members, the F Club now has 115 people working on various support projects for Fort Hill athletics. Any male interested in supporting Fort Hill High School can become a member of the F Club. Members currently range from age 21 to age 70.
Every year, the F Club has put $10,000+ into our sports and our athletic programs. They contribute to all the programs we have, do a great job. And I tell you, without the F Club, we wouldn't be able to do some of the things that we are able to do here with our athletic program. They help us with uniforms, transportation, and a lot of those little incentive and motivational things that make us a championship school and a championship program.
To join or help support the F Club, contact any member. All money raised by the F Club goes to Fort Hill Athletics. Fort Hill and the F Club would like to thank all the sponsors who have supported the athletic programs throughout the years.
Moores has been renewing auto interiors. That's experience you can depend on for on-the-spot free estimates, for the ultimate in workmanship, for top quality materials, for fast same-day service, for a completed job you'll be delighted with, and one that's well worth your investment. We know how you feel about your car, so we do every interior as though it was our own. We guarantee your satisfaction because nothing leaves here until we're satisfied. Moores Upholstery, 307 North Mechanic Street, Cumberland.
And here's your Custom Floors kickoff. Custom Floors is celebrating 36 years in business. Check out Custom Floor Sale on Congolian Flooring now through December 31st. Custom Floors in the Burton Shopping Center. I'll tell you, big hit that time by the coverage team of Wheaton. Twyman there on the return for Fort Hill. But I tell you what, we can see early, Ted, that Wheaton's a physical football team.
Well, number 18, Robert Concoba, made the stick there, and we're sitting here with their windows open so we can hear some of the action going on in the field. And so far, we've been hearing some sticking on both sides of the ball. And I think Wheaton's kickoff, it looked like a sign that they have also respect for Fort Hill's special teams play also.
I think, you know, it's early. This is a big set of downs for Fort Hill. In a situation, they don't want to go 3 and out at this point. Fort Hill that time going to the pitch to Noah Reed, and Reed's able to get ahead for 4 or 5 yards.
You know, right away in Wheaton's 6-2 defense, you can see number 35, Steve Ray. He is going to what most people will consider your strong side, where Fort Hill can run off tackle. So you can see already that, you know, they know that Josh Page is going to get the ball in his hands a lot, and then they want their best player on their best running back.
You know, and their defense is always also shaded to the weak side of that formation. Fort Hill with a little unbalanced this time. Page off left tackle that time for a gain of 2 or 3. Fort Hill stepped that wing up on the line of scrimmage and ran Michael Page across in motion, effectively making it an unbalanced formation, and then ran back to the weak side.
It wouldn't appear that Wheaton made any adjustments at all to it. They still had their line shifted over to, you know, the strong side to where the fullback's going to run off tackle. So we're going to see what other tricks Fort Hill has out of this today.
Got about a 3rd and 2. Big play early in the game for the Sentinels. Tell you what, great call that time by Coach Calhoun. Wheaton has given Fort Hill a bubble on the strong side of the formation on the wing side, and Fort Hill ran right at the bubble that time. No lead back for Josh Page, but he was able to move ahead for about 7 yards.
Well, it's definitely an easy block. All your tackle has to do is go down in the linebacker, and there's nobody else there. Or I guess you can double team again and let your guard get on the backer, but whatever you're going to do, there's nobody there. Great call.
1st and 10 for the Sentinels. Once again, Josh Page off right tackle for the Sentinels. Gain of about 3.
Would appear number 56, Terrence Lewis, that time made the stop for the Knights.
I tell you, the way Fort Hill's run the ball all year and hasn't really gotten into their passing game, and the way Wheaton runs the ball, this will be a quick football game. Unless something weird or out of the ordinary happens, it will be a quick game.
Once again, number 46 comes up when hit T.J. Hopkins that time. T.J. is the second leading tackler for the Knights this year with 76 tackles, right behind Steve Ray. So obviously you get that six-man front up there. They take up the blocks, and their linebackers are the guys supposed to make the plays, and so far they're doing it.
And you know, Ted, they also took away that bubble that time. They sort of closed down the split of the tackle, and Fort Hill comes up with about a third, 5.5, and 6. Another big play early for the Sentinels. Flip-flop in the formation. I tell you, great effort that time by Noah Reed. He was hit about for a 2-yard gain and was able to move ahead and break a tackle and get the first down for the Sentinels.
David Ogburn, number 30 for the Knights, came up hard, and he had Welsh about, was it Welsh? Okay, Welsh about 5 yards short of the first down, and you're not going to tackle him arm tackles like he tried to do. He made an excellent second effort and picked up the first down.
First and 10 for the Sentinels at the 40. Once again, shift in the backfield. I tell you what, right now you can see in what you talked about earlier, Ted, they're trying to take Josh Page out of the offense, reminiscent of what Southern tried to do with Fort Hill in about the 7th or 8th game of the season. And you can see with the defensive alignments that Wheaton is making a concerted effort to take him out early.
Well, number 75 that time, Gene Betravel, he's at 235 pounds. He's playing one of the down guards, and it looked like that time he just dove at the center's legs and stopped things up. When Josh Page got in there, it looked like he just jumped back because everybody was laying on the ground in front of him. Of course, they had a great field there to stop the play.
Second and 10 for the Sentinels. T formation. And I tell you, the chess game continues. Fort Hill that time went to T formation to try to get that lead back in there.
Oh, we have a fumble.
And I tell you, that was an interesting play. Maybe we'll be able to see that again. But we couldn't see the fumble come out there, Ted.
No, the only thing I saw was number 20, Jack Bly, was down there, and he kept signaling Wheaton's ball, but I didn't see anything at all.
So a big turnover for the Sentinels. First and 10 for the Knights at about almost the 40-yard line. Knows the ball is almost touching the 40. Once again, Wheaton going to work on the right side. Theron Johnson off right tackle, ahead for about 4 or 5 yards.
Once again, number 46, Tommy Welsh, in on the tackle. And I tell you, Tommy hasn't played there too many games. He started there late in the year, and boy, what a player he's turned out to be for Fort Hill.
Well, and I tell you what, this Fort Hill defense became a much better defense when Tommy Welsh was inserted. I don't think there's any question about that. From the time he was put on the defense, he's made an impact for the Fort Hill Sentinels. Looks like we had some movement again that time.
Looked like the right offensive guard from where we are. It looked like he lined up over top of the ball, but the side judge didn't call that.
Dead ball. False start.
Some movement in the interior that time for Wheaton.
Still second down.
Here's another one of those calls, Ted. You got a 2nd and 11. Makes it tough on that offensive coordinator.
Well, Wheaton's only passed the ball 39 times all year, so that's not very much.
And I tell you something, if you're the Fort Hill defense coordinator, Barry Latimer, you got to be concerned because a lot of these plays, they're about a step or two from really being able to break it. And they're doing a good job up front against Fort Hill as far as blocking Fort Hill's defensive front and blocking the Fort Hill linebackers.
I tell you, number 8, Dexter Baxter in there, for a backup to 21, Ken Salsa, he can fly it too, and you can see him hitting the holes. And it might be a matter of time until he breaks one.
3rd and 7 for the Wheaton Knights. Split to the left this time.
It's going to be the quarter.
That's the end of the quarter, and we'll be right back after this brief break.
For 27 years, the Fort Hill F Club has sponsored athletics at Fort Hill High School. Originating with 25 members, the F Club now has 115 people working on various support projects for Fort Hill athletics. Any male interested in supporting Fort Hill High School can become a member of the F Club. Members currently range from age 21 to age 70.
Every year, the F Club has put $10,000+ into our sports and our athletic programs. They contribute to all the programs we have, do a great job. And I tell you, without the F Club, we wouldn't be able to do some of the things that we are able to do here with our athletic program. They help us with uniforms, transportation, and a lot of those little incentive and motivational things that make us a championship school and a championship program.
To join or help support the F Club, contact any member. All money raised by the F Club goes to Fort Hill Athletics. Fort Hill and the F Club would like to thank all the sponsors who have supported the athletic programs throughout the years.
I promised you a demon drencher, and you'll get a demon drencher, even if we have to drive to Alaska.
Sorry, we're all out.
Hey, a promise is a promise.
Kelly Springfield tires are designed to go a long way, and we've got the warranties to prove it.
Hi, we're heading home.
So go.
Quite a trip, huh, pal?
Get every mile you can out of life.
Stan's Auto Body is the place to bring your car when it starts looking a little rough around the edges. If you've had an accident or its age is starting to show, Stan's Auto Body can have your car looking like it's showroom new again. Stan's takes pride in the work they do, whether it's body work, glass replacement, or new paint you need. Stan's Auto Body always does a professional job. It's their business to have your vehicle looking good. Stan's Auto Body at 119 and 123 Roberts Street in Cumberland.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the commercial video presentation of the 2A state championship game. The Wheaton Knights lead the Fort Hill Sentinels 7-0. Allegheny Sports Medicine. Hey, Weekend Warriors. Visit the area's only Saturday morning walk-in sports medicine clinic. Open 9 to 11 a.m. in Johnson Heights Medical Building. Weekday hours by appointment. Allegheny Sports Medicine Clinic says get in condition to play, don't play to get into condition, like we do, Ted.
Hey, there's number 46, Tommy Welsh again. What a great stop and a big third down play for Fort Hill.
Well, we talked about Welsh doing it all year, and he was on the blitz that time. Let's give Barry Latimer some credit for calling the blitz at that point, and Welsh is able to penetrate in there, you can see, and make a great play for the Sentinels. Let's check out the kicking game here for Wheaton. They may play a big role in this football game.
About a 20-yard punt, we wouldn't say that's too great, but it was nice and high, and it was just an awful bounce. For as far as Wheaton's concerned, for Fort Hill, it's a great bounce.
Rod Iron Gym and Fitness Center. You're looking at the Rod Iron Gym and Fitness Center located at 7 Lane Avenue behind the LaVelle Post Office. Rod Iron has tanning and massage available. Go up there and see Steve Rice. Let's see what the Sentinels can generate, Ted. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. I tell you, Fort Hill going deep. I like the call. 1st down. Little waggle action that time, trying to hit the backside to Noah Reed.
I tell you, he threw that pass about 40 yards down the field, and it was only a little bit out of Noah Reed's hands that time, so I agree with you. It was a good call.
Well, I think the Fort Hill coaches are looking what we're looking at. They're keying that fullback. You make the good fake on that 20 series and come out and have people running open. And I think Pennell can make that play for him. And today he may have to make that play.
It's tough to keep running all day against that 6'2".
Fort Hill that time trying to take advantage of that split side of the offense, able to put Reed in motion, had the 2 lead backs, and able to get on the corner that time, come up with about an 8-yard gain.
I tell you, number 63 for Fort Hill just hobbled off the field. Bill Harvey looked like he might have hurt an ankle. He's laying on the sidelines right now.
And Bill's played a big part of that offensive line all year. AES Warrior Run. AES Warrior Run will be Allegheny County's 2nd largest taxpayer when the plan comes online in 1999. AES Warrior Run cares about the community, and the best is yet to come.
And Josh Page just went off the field, and Tommy Welsh came in at fullback. I think we're going to see Tommy get this handoff here. Another fumble, but it looks like Fort Hill got it back.
I tell you, Welsh hit it in there strong, and once again, Fort Hill running at that bubble on the right side of the Wheaton defense, and Welsh took a tremendous hit that time. The ball popped out.
Number 78, Jeff Burgess on the recovery, and I tell you, he was downfield making a block, and if he wasn't down there hustling, you know, Wheaton picks it up and has their 2nd fumble of the day.
Hey, that hustle pays off, and it did that time for the Fort Hill Sentinels. Once again, Ted, they tried to hit the backside of the waggle on 1st down. Obviously, it was open the last time, and just not a good throw that time by Pat Pennell. The ball was behind Noah Reed, and Wheaton able to come up with the interception.
Well, number 10, Jeremy Bennett that time, it was behind him. I tell you, it looked like a very athletic play by Bennett to reach across back, you know, on his body to make the catch also. So, you know, right now, Fort Hill has 2 turnovers in the game, and it's 7-0, and the Knights are going to have the ball back on their 20.
And you can see the great leaping ability that time by the defensive back of Wheaton. 1st and 10 for the Knights at the 19.5-yard line. And Ted, that's what we were talking about earlier. On 1st and 10, they just go right at Fort Hill, and Theron Johnson is just a step away from breaking these runs. I mean, Fort Hill just is not being able to stand up on that defensive line and contain the offensive line of the Wheaton Knights at this point.
I tell you, we could see the funnel opening up there. There was a hole to drive a truck through that time, and you know, Trey Foster made a nice job of running him down in the secondary. It was a big gainer.
You know, it's interesting Wheaton would make that play call because they're trying to run wide against that 6'2", and playing the 6'2 defense, you know those down linemen are covered and those linebackers can run free, and you'll be able to see Rashad Page here just penetrate through and read the play and come up with a big play for the Sentinels.
I tell you, Rashad Page is as good as anybody when it comes to running down backs going sideline to sideline. And Rashad, you can just see him, he went through the defensive line and running down backs through that time. What a great play by Rashad Page.
And we have a penalty. It's against the Sentinels, as you can hear the Sentinel fans not too pleased on the other side of the field. Let's see what the call is. Obviously a big play.
Look at use of the hands. On the defense, 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
10 yards, penalty, accepted. Repeat, 1st down.
It must have been a face mask because it came to the point where the tackle was made. So now you have a 1st and 8. So a great play by Rashad Page nullified.
Once again, Page on the blitz, and all of a sudden he's become a one-man crew for the Sentinels. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Knights. Flowerland, for the freshest flowers in town, call Flowerland on Virginia Avenue. Flowerland has all your holiday floral needs. Call Flowerland or stop by. Flowerland on Virginia Avenue. Until we're getting down to 8.5 minutes here in the 2nd quarter. Wheaton leading 7-0, and they have a 2nd and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
2 ball control teams running the clock. I tell you, Toby, there was Rashad Page again, number 24, running him down from the background. He actually didn't make the tackle that time, but I tell you what, he's a player, and he's going after him today.
Well, he is, and what you see is Rashad is making a penetration. Along the rest of the wall, Fort Hill's really not getting a whole lot of penetration, and he's the guy right now that's able to penetrate the front line for the Sentinels and cause some havoc in the Wheaton backfield.
I tell you, this is a 3rd and 5, and the rain's coming down. This is a very important play here.
You can see, Ted, that was an end-over formation that time by the Wheaton Knights, and they're able to go off tackle that time to number 40, Hector Valaquez, and he's able to move ahead for the first down.
Well, I tell you, Valaquez is quick coming off that ball. You don't realize it, but if you key on him one time, he got up off that tackle very quick and got through the Fort Hill line before they could make some penetration. You could see Rashad Page sort of jumping around the guard seat where he could shoot the gap, and he just didn't get there that time.
1st and 10 at the 42 for the Wheaton Knights. End over again. And I tell you what, they outmanned Fort Hill on this side. They got a great block on the defensive end that time. We're able to get on the corner quickly. Once again, Valaquez in the Fort Hill secondary very quickly.
And Trey Foster once again coming up to make the stop. And obviously one thing you don't want to see going through the game is your secondary coming up and making a lot of tackles.
Christopher Photolab has been developing your holiday memories for 50 years. They have a new Kodak image magic system, photo restoration, prints from prints, and a host of new magic services now at Christopher's. And Dave Christopher's been down there a long time, developing a lot of film over the years. Big Fort Hill fan.
It's a 1st down for Wheaton.
I tell you, this is a key series for Fort Hill, Ted. You have a 1st down at Wheaton's driving into Fort Hill territory at the 43, and 7 minutes to go in the half. Fort Hill needs a stop. They're almost in 4-down territory at this point. I think the impressive thing, Wheaton on 1st down again, the impressive thing about Wheaton, even when it looks like they're stopped, they're still pushing ahead for 3 yards, and I think that shows the line surge that they're getting up front.
Exactly, and you don't see 1 or 2 Fort Hill guys making a tackle. You see 5 or 6 of them around trying to stop him.
Wayne Sitko, visit Wayne Sitko for auto service, snacks, and beverages. Wayne's has rollback service available. 2nd and about 6 for the Knights.
Well, I tell you, the trap's open in the middle again.
And you called that one. With these wide splits, I tell you, we're sitting so high above the stadium, or I should say above the field. It's very easy to see where the holes in the defense are.
Well, I tell you, Fort Hill sometimes is setting their linebackers way out wide, and obviously Barry Latimer's seen probably, the films they've saw and the times they've watched him play this year, that they probably don't run that trap as much. So obviously you got to give and take some things, and the trap looks like is what they're going to let Wheaton have today.
And that time you could see on a 3rd and short, Mike Ray went ahead for the 1st down, but Fort Hill was trying to blitz the linebacker hole that time. You could see Tommy Welch step up in over the tackle hole that time, but Ray was ahead for the 1st down quickly as Wheaton again driving. 1st and 10 at the Fort Hill 31.
I think Wheaton's play calling has been pretty good up to this point. I mean, they're finding the holes, and obviously their coaches can see what we're seeing.
And I'll tell you what you noticed too, Ted, as we can see on that 1st down. The Fort Hill linebackers are getting picked off on their blitzes. And what I mean by that, to you fans out there, a lot of times one of the backs from Wheaton, one of the lead backs are picking them off and sticking a shoulder into them. And then once that blitz is thrown off and you're committing 8 men to the line of scrimmage, once you break that line of scrimmage, you're on those defensive backs.
I tell you, it's tough for a defensive back to come up one-on-one and make a tackle. As good as Fort Hill's defensive backs are, it is very tough.
Good pursuit that time by the Fort Hill defense. Rashad Page, Josh Grove, Trey Foster all around the ball that time.
You know, seeing what we've saw so far, where would Fort Hill's defense be today with that Rashad Page? I mean, he was the guy that made that play that time. If, you know, with the lead block that Wheaton had that time, if he makes that block, their back makes the cut, and Rashad Page stopped that play that time. What a great effort he's given.
Big 3rd and 1 for Wheaton, big 3rd and 1 for Fort Hill. 4:23 left to go in the first half. That's got to be a holding. I'm just guessing a holding or a face mask.
I don't know what that was, but I tell you, the initial line surge,
Fort Hill's clapping, so it must be against the Wheaton Knights.
I tell you what, there were several flags, so there was no doubt there was holding going on.
No, there was no doubt on that play. You could see 3 flags almost come out simultaneously that time, and Fort Hill gets a break here with the holding call against Wheaton.
You know, we don't know what's going to happen with the rest of this series here, but this might come back as a critical play of the game.
Well, I don't think there's any question if you're Fort Hill, this could come back as a critical play of the game because the way Wheaton runs the football, I don't think you want to get down 2 scores. There's 4-12 and counting here in the first half, and Wheaton come up with about a 3rd and 9. Now, obviously, they'll have 2 downs to make 9 yards or 9.5. Let's see if they throw the ball for the first time. Well, obviously, they're not looking to throw the ball. They had a 3rd and 9, and they ran the tailback off I guess it was designed to go off the left guard. Now you have a 4th and 7. And I didn't get the feeling that the field goal kicker can kick one from this distance. So now you have a 4th down. Let's see what they come up with.
He was booming them from a distance, was he? But I don't know if that's a good decision now or not.
Okay, they're going to 4th and about 6.5 for the Wheaton Knights. Big play here for the Sentinels. I tell you, Wheaton was very fortunate that time. They ran 2 receivers in the same area. We'll be able to see it here on the replay. And they were very fortunate that time. The ball was caught that time by number 32 for Ron Johnson. A big play for Wheaton. But Fort Hill defensive backs, I just don't think they saw the football, Ted, because the ball was thrown directly over one of them's head.
Well, I tell you, it looked like he was doing a good job. And because he had both receivers splitting, if you get 2 guys in your area, you have to split them. But I tell you, somebody had to have a busted pattern. That just didn't look right. What a crucial 4th down play it was.
Velasquez ahead on 1st down, 3:12 and counting in the first half, and it will come up about a 2nd and 7 for Wheaton. And I don't think unless something weird happens, you'll see them put the ball in the air again the rest of this half.
Well, obviously, you throw the ball 39 times in 12 games, and that's what, about three a game in average. So they've thrown a 1/3 of their passes already for their game.
Kind of scary, isn't it? Again, they're just overpowering Fort Hill on that right side. Just a handoff to the tailback, number 8, Dexter Baxter. He just follows blocking in the end zone, broke a tackle, and Wheaton's out to a 13-0 lead with 2:38 to go in the first half. And the story of this game has been the domination of Wheaton up front.
Baxter, number 8, is a junior, and he's not even in the top 3 rushers on the team. And the lowest rusher in terms of yards is 524 yards for Wheaton, and he's not even listed there. So obviously their backup might be as good as the first-string back. What a great run that was. That was just unbelievable.
You're watching Commercial Video's presentation of the Class 2A State Championship game. 2:38 to go in the first half. Wheaton 14, Fort Hill nothing.
Lowest prices. Guaranteed every day at Schaefer Ford and Jeep in Cumberland. Schaefer has the biggest selection and guaranteed lowest prices on all new 97 Ford cars and trucks. Schaefer is Western Maryland's only Jeep dealer with the best deal on Jeep. Want to save thousands on a new vehicle? Get 1996 bonus buys at Schaefer. Schaefer, where you'll buy new Ford cars, trucks, and Jeeps at lowest prices. Guaranteed. Western Maryland's best selection, #1 sales and service. That's Schaefer Ford and Jeep. Schaefer, Route 36, Cumberland.
Stan's Auto Body is the place to bring your car when it starts looking a little rough around the edges. If you've had an accident or its age is starting to show, Stan's Auto Body can have your car looking like it's showroom new again. Stan's takes pride in the work they do, whether it's body work, glass replacement, or new paint you need. Stan's Auto Body always does a professional job. It's their business to have your vehicle looking good. Stan's Auto Body at 119 and 123 Roberts Street in Cumberland.
Westvaco's commitment to innovative and differentiated products begins in our woodlands. Forests provide the raw material for almost all Westvaco's products. Among these products are fine papers, which in one form or another enter almost everyone's life.
Okay, and the punt by the Wheaton Knights, there's now 22 seconds and counting, 20 seconds, and Wheaton will take over 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. With 20 seconds to go in the first half, Wheaton leads 14-0 in the Maryland State 2A championship game for 1996. Ted, we know that Wheaton doesn't throw the ball, or they've proven to us they're not going to throw the ball. It'll be interesting to see what they do, whether they take a shot with 20 seconds to go and a 14-0 lead.
I tell you, if they've watched some of the things that Fort Hill has done to teams right before halves and things like that, if I was Wheaton, I'd sit on it.
But they don't have that knowledge.
Fort Hill is great at making the big play before the half.
And maybe they do know. Theron Johnson, looks like Wheaton's going to be satisfied to win with a 14-0 lead. You know, if you're Mike Calhoun, you know, you have to go in there and regroup and try to make some defensive adjustments. But, you know, Ted, I'm not sure what adjustments they're going to be able to make in that 6-2. There's not a heck of a lot of adjustments you're going to be able to make except to try to get the kids to play a little bit harder. And I'm sure Mike and his staff will do the best job they can at doing that.
Well, Coach Calhoun's been doing that for years now, and he's a great motivator, and he's an excellent coach with an excellent staff. So, you know, the great thing about this, you know Fort Hill is not going to come out and quit. So you know you're going to see a great second half. This is far from over.
Yeah, and here you can see the great crowd that Fort Hill had, and the rain is coming down. And the score, 14-0. The Wheaton Knights over the Fort Hill Sentinels, and we'll be right back.
For 27 years, the Fort Hill F Club has sponsored athletics at Fort Hill High School. Originating with 25 members, the F Club now has 115 people working on various support projects for Fort Hill athletics. Any male interested in supporting Fort Hill High School can become a member of the F Club. Members currently range from age 21 to age 70.
Every year, the F Club has put $10,000+ into our sports and our athletic programs. They contribute to all the programs we have, do a great job. And I tell you, without the F Club, we wouldn't be able to do some of the things that we are able to do here with our athletic program. They help us with uniforms, transportation, and a lot of those little incentive and motivational things that make us a championship school and a championship program.
To join or help support the F Club, contact any member. All money raised by the F Club goes to Fort Hill Athletics. Fort Hill and the F Club would like to thank all the sponsors who have supported the athletic programs throughout the years.
This instrument can change a life. It could even save one. But this instrument can't help anyone if it isn't used. So please, use it.
If you or someone you know is a victim of domestic violence, rape, or sexual abuse, call the Family Crisis Resource Center 24-hour hotline.
Lowest prices. Guaranteed every day at Schaefer Ford and Jeep in Cumberland. Schaefer has the biggest selection and guaranteed lowest prices on all new 97 Ford cars and trucks. Schaefer is Western Maryland's only Jeep dealer with the best deal on Jeep. Want to save thousands on a new vehicle? Get 1996 bonus buys at Schaefer. Schaefer, where you'll buy new Ford cars, trucks, and Jeeps at lowest prices. Guaranteed. Western Maryland's best selection, #1 sales and service. That's Schaefer Ford and Jeep. Schaefer, Route 36, Cumberland.
Change is never easy. Sometimes you can't even see it happening. And sometimes it seems to be happening too fast. Change is nothing new at the Luke Mill. You might even say it's part of our tradition. We're the oldest mill in the company, and yet we're one of the most modern in the country, and we're still building. Updating equipment and physical plant is only part of the story, though. The fact that we're still here, going strong, producing some of the best paper in the world, is thanks to our people. Machines don't think. People do. And there's never been a shortage of good ideas here at Luke for making things better.
It's now a matter of fully utilizing the talent of that workforce to complement the equipment that we've installed to go out and produce the best product at the best price.
Attention van buyers, listen carefully. In the next 30 seconds, you could save $4,000. At Schaefer Ford and Jeep in Cumberland, only Schaefer gives you $4,000 off remaining 96 Windstars in stock. Not $1,000, not $2,000, not $3,000. Exactly $4,000 off every single remaining 96 Windstar in stock at Schaefer. And remember, 97's arriving daily at lowest prices. Guaranteed. But hurry, $4,000 off Windstar while they last only. And only at Schaefer in Cumberland, where everybody buys their Fords and Jeeps.